Hello. Today is Sunday, August 29th, 2021, and this is going to be a 3-year anniversary life update video, all in one. Earlier this month, on August 1st, I celebrated my 3-year anniversary on HRT, taking hormone replacement therapy for my transition. I've been doing okay. I know it's been a while since I've posted a real actual video. I have a new webcam now, so I'm trying it out, seeing how my videos turn out. It seems to be of better quality than using my iPad. So last month, I spent a week in Florida for my birthday. I was able to spend some time with family and, just kind of get away from my life here at home. It was just what I needed. Some of the highlights of that trip were when my mother was doing my hair. It reminded me so much of when she would do my sister's hair, my two sisters' hair, when I was a kid. Only this time she was actually doing my hair because usually my dad would cut my hair when I was growing up. And my mother, she also gave me some jewelry, which was nice. We were, sitting in the living room and we were going through the jewelry. She was asking me which ones would I like to have. So I was able to keep some free jewelry. Nothing really expensive or fancy, but it looked pretty nice, pretty decent. So yeah, I was able to bring that back with me. There was an incident at the restaurant a couple days before my birthday. We were ordering dinner that evening, and my mother kept misgendering me in front of the waitress. The waitress gendered me correctly the whole time, but my mother kept saying he instead of she or they. And I got really upset by that. And um, my sister had to take me outside and, give me a pep talk. But after a couple minutes, I was okay and I came back inside and we had a great evening. And my mother, she apologized for it several times. You know, even though I'm 3 years into my transition, those who haven't seen me in a long time or who don't see me as often or who aren't around me, I know it's hard for them, especially if you've known me all my life. It's hard for you to make that adjustment. And I understand that. It definitely takes some getting used to. So I'm understanding, when it comes to that kind of thing. Because no one's perfect, we're all trying, and as long as we're not doing it to be spiteful, to be rude, it hurts, but at the same time, we have to understand that it's an adjustment for other people as well, especially those who have known us for a long time as someone else. So I've been doing electrolysis now on my face for 2 months now, and it's going pretty well. I've had several treatments since then. It's expensive though. Usually I pay about $50 for an hour's worth of treatments. So it's slowly coming along. I just did electrolysis not too long ago, so I try not to wear makeup that much because I know it isn't good for the skin, a day or two after doing electrolysis. But it still bothers me that I'm behind on my hair removal journey. I'm a year and a half behind because I wasted a year and a half at the first place that I went to. I wasn't seeing any results really, but it turned out good. I'm satisfied with the results that I'm seeing. But it is pricey. But it's not as painful as I thought it would be, so that's definitely a good thing. So, I have come a long way in these last 3 years of transition. It's been tough at times. 2019, that was a really tough year for me. But I got through it, And things aren't, easy now, but as far as my transition goes, things have gotten a little easier since. I started taking estrogen injections about 2 years ago now, and I'm glad I switched to that, but it's not fun having to stick myself with a needle once a week. I don't enjoy that part, but hey, it's worth it. And I don't like being dependent on medications, but it's one of those things that comes with the territory of being transgender if you choose to medically transition. Not everyone does, and that's okay. I don't think I'm quite ready for any type of cosmetic surgery. I'm 3 years in, and I think I would need to wait at least another year before I could feel comfortable doing something like that. And as of right now, there's really only one surgery that I would want, and that's maybe a breast augmentation. But I don't think I'm ready for that just yet, so it's definitely been on my mind though. I don't think well, I still do feel tenderness in that area, so I guess that means that there's still some tissue, breast tissue developing in my chest area. I don't know for sure, but I would like to think that there is. But I haven't really seen much growth, in the last 2 years or so, which is kind of a disappointment. Last time I was measured, it was the only time, in fact, I was a B cup. I know most of us don't like to mention that, but I don't really think it's something that I should or that I have to keep to myself, so I'm okay with telling you that. The most valuable things that I've learned in these 3 years of transition is that not everyone is going to accept me. There are going to be people who just aren't okay with my lifestyle and who I am by me being transgender. And I've accepted that. I'm not the type of person who's going to impose my identity on someone else or some other group. If people have certain beliefs, I'm okay with that as long as they respect me and they're not in a position of power to put laws in place that would affect me living my life as my true authentic self. But the problem that I do have is if someone were to outright just attack me verbally or physically because I'm transgender, saying, hey, you're not a real woman, you're, a guy. That kind of thing I do have a problem with. I don't think that's right. But I can't spend my time and energy worrying or thinking about people who don't like me. Not everybody will. There will always be people who don't accept me, like it or not. It's part of life, I guess. So I do have TEFL certification now. I can teach English as a foreign language. I haven't landed any positions yet. I'm still applying, but that was one of my reasons for for purchasing the webcam. And so far I like it. It seems to be pretty good quality, so I guess I'll keep it. Yeah, I'm still doing my podcast. I don't get to do episodes as often as I would like. On average, I usually release an episode every month. I'm working on an episode right now about celebrating my birthday, my 40th birthday, as most of you probably already know if you follow me on social media or wherever. So this next episode is going to cover my life, basically, the last 4 decades of my life, and different things that have happened throughout my life, those defining moments, people, different places that I've traveled to throughout my life, different experiences, lessons learned. But it's going to be a fun episode. I'm going to try to make it as lighthearted as possible and as enjoyable as possible because, there's a lot going on in the world right now. We're living in a crazy time. And I think that, we need things in our lives for us to disconnect from all of the chaos that's happening around us. So I'll do my best to not mention, current events of the last year or so. But yeah, 3 years on HRT. They say it takes about 5 years to fully transition, so yeah, I'm still, working at it. There's still different things that I would like to do. I would like to get more. I would like to have more laser done on my arms and on my legs, of course. I was going to start laser treatment on my legs earlier this summer, but I really wanted to start electrolysis, and it would have been too expensive for me to pay for laser and electrolysis. So, yeah, I'll have to put that on hold for now. I know my channel is still small after all of this time. If I posted more, I'd probably have a larger platform by now. Maybe. But I would like to know some topics that you would like for me to discuss. That would be encouraging for me to make more videos. I was thinking about doing a video on Lil Nas X. I'm not a fan of his, but they're making it seem like he's a representation or that he represents the LGBT community, especially for those of us who are black. And that's not the case. I think he's actually doing the opposite, in my opinion. But I won't talk too much about that right now. If you'd like for me to speak on it more, I will. But some of the things that I still struggle with, being transgender, whenever I have to stand in lines at, say, the grocery store or some public place for extended periods of time, I get a little nervous, I get a little anxious, whether or not wondering if anyone's clocking me. So I'm trying to work on that right now because none of it really matters. Yes, I am transgender. I'll always be transgender. I can't change that. I'll never be cis. And sometimes I wonder if I'm walking correctly, if the way I'm walking seems too masculine. I'm sure a lot of us struggle with that. We try our best to cope with things that we struggle with. But I guess I'll wrap things up for right now and see how this video turns out. I don't know if I'm going to actually use this one. I might just throw it out and decide to redo it. Anyway, to all a good day and God bless.